how do you feel about McDaniels now? Because I've been joking for the past 3 months. He was their plan C option as head coach. So how do you feel about him now that we've gotten into the offseason?
Yeah, there's all those rumors. At first it was Dable, and then Dable went to the Giants, and then it was a hard push for Harbaugh, and then he decided I'm going to go back to Michigan.
Apparently, we also know Sean Payton now too. Sean Payton was also requested for interview.
That. So technically, it was like the plan D option, and the Harbaugh thing too. There's a lot of speculation that if Brian Flores didn't come out with the lawsuit, that he was going to go to the Dolphins. But once that happened, he was like, I'm not going to deal with that, and he backed out. I like McDaniel. I think he's a player's coach, and he's smart. I watched a lot of film breakdown where he is incredibly smart. He knows how to take half of your defense away with just simply putting one player on one side. He uses Kittle very well in motions and stuff. It's very smart. Now, I've gotten high and mighty and very excited for coaches. I did it with Adam Gase and I did it with Brian Flores, and it bit me in the butt. So I'm being cautiously optimistic. But if he can do to the Dolphins offense what he did with the 49ers, and if the defense can stay the way it has played the past 2 years, I think this is going to be a really good team, especially because a lot of his players are still talking to him. Kittle and Deebo Samuel and all those guys, they love Mike McDaniel. So he's the type of coach that I'm going to show you, like, I'm not going to yell at you and preach to you that you should do this. I'm just going to give you an example. Like, here, go play here, do what I tell you, and then let's see how it pans out. Oh, you just got an interception. See, listen to me. I'm going to help you out. So I'm excited, but again, I'm cautiously optimistic.
Doug, I tell you this, if the Dolphins trade for Deebo Samuel, we're scrapping. We're fighting, my friend. I don't see McDaniel deviating too much from the offense he ran in San Francisco. I see him sticking to it. He was one of the longest tenured Shanahan assistants. So clearly it's an offense that he knows how to run inside and out. And that brings up questions with Tua versus Jimmy G. How does he utilize the quarterback position? And I don't think it would be a bad thing if Tua became essentially the left-handed Jimmy Garoppolo, because for all the flack that Jimmy gets, wins more games than he loses, doesn't make the wow throw, but makes enough good throws throughout the course of a game to help you win those games. If Tua becomes nothing more than, like I mentioned, left-handed Jimmy G, are you okay with that? Or do you think it's a disappointment given he was a top 5 drafted quarterback?
I'd like a little bit more than Jimmy G. No offense to Jimmy G. I feel like he's the reason you guys aren't in the Super Bowl last year. No, I'm sorry. And I honestly think if you had a different quarterback than Jimmy G, I think you guys would have won the Super Bowl last year. He held you guys back. There was a lot of dumb throws by him that Tua won't make. He's accurate, and he's a little bit more mobile than Jimmy G, and he's young. And that was my biggest talking point when I was watching the playoffs last year. And again, I'm sorry, I'm like ripping on your team, but I said, hey, if Jimmy G can get this far, we can get far with Tua. Like, come on. Like, and a lot of people who don't like Tua push back and said Jimmy G's better and this and that.
One thing I'll say here, those guys, those Shanahan, those LaFleurs, McDaniel, they value the system more than the quarterback.
Yes. And that's the thing I appreciate and I'm excited to see, because it's not going to be a fight with your quarterback situation. And also, I don't know if this is an upcoming question, but I don't see, if Tua doesn't pan out, because again, you guys asked, is this the perfect situation? And it doesn't pan out. I'm not surprised if Mike McDaniel moves on from Tua after 1 year, because they have the 2 first-round picks next year. I honestly think the reason they are putting all of this stuff around Tua is for 2 reasons. One, let's see what you got, because you got everything now. And if not, it's super enticing for another quarterback to see, oh, you got all these weapons in this offensive line. I want to go to Miami now, versus if it was this year, everyone's like, oh, Miami, they suck. So it's going to be interesting. But if he is the left arm to Jimmy G, I'm not that upset. Jimmy G went to the Super Bowl. Like, are you kidding me? He's a solid quarterback. People forget. Everyone wants the Justin Herbert never been to a playoff game. They want like all of these high throwing, legit quarterbacks, but forget about the Trent Dilfer, the Rich Gannons, all these guys who've won the Super Bowl or been to the Super Bowl. And it is possible. You just have to have the right team. Like, Tom Brady wasn't that great his first few years. It wasn't until like year 3, 4 that all of a sudden you got the actual Tom Brady. So I wouldn't be upset with the left-handed Jimmy G.